Hey everyone, it's Brody here. Welcome back, another video. Today, I want to talk to you about what I'm sending to PSA while the Pokemon market is absolutely booming. So I thought it'd be a good time to kind of go through and look at what I've sort of been preparing, making into piles, as you'll see in front of me, to send to grading at PSA. I've got a handful of cards I obviously need for my collection, but there is going to be a handful of cards I do want to sell and flip onto the market so I can keep buying, get more stuff for the collection. I'm going to start, which is something that people hopefully are interested in seeing, is my Alt-Art collection, which I'm 9 cards away from completing that set, and I have a bunch of cards that I've picked up very recently, so I'll go through those first and we can have a look at those cards. Straight away you can see there's a Leafeon there, so Leafeon V. This is a pretty recent pickup, super clean copy in my mind anyway. It might be a bit hard to see with the light, but I hope that looks pretty well centered to you with the camera. To me it looks quite good. We have the Espeon. Now I actually have 2 of these. This first one I picked up from someone locally, and it was a little bit OC, like it's quite thin on the bottom. I feel like this one still has a chance at a 10. It looks pretty clean, so I'm going to be sending it. And you can probably see from the back where it really shines how off-center it is. There might be a little bit of something in there. I've got to get off the card. But otherwise, this one was probably the worst of the 2. This one I picked up on eBay like literally 2 weeks ago at an auction. Guy was super nice, sent it to me, really clean copy. I said to him I'm going to be grading it for a set collection, so I think he was pretty happy that I ended up winning it. So I've got 2 of those to send, so these are all going to be in my Alt-Art sub, and all going to be cards that I keep once I send them all out. This Chilling Reign Articuno, these are like, the fact that this is so clean is crazy to me, because that set had the worst print quality. A lot of the other cards I tried to buy, I know that the the Rapidash, the Galarian Rapidash, I found so many stupidly off-center copies. Even this card is always really off-center. So I've got one of these super clean copies, super clean. I think there was back, if I can line the back up in front of the camera, you can just see that. Hopefully that looks centered, because to me the thing is really well centered. And then I've got an Arceus, so I was waiting on another one of these Arceus promos. This is SWSH 240 or Sword and Shield 204, not 240, my bad. And this one was pretty clean. It did have like classic collection box corners, but this is literally like, it's funny, this is like the best copy that I've found to date, so it sucks a little bit that it's got that on the back. I was waiting for another one, like I said, hasn't turned up in the mail yet, so it could be lost. And then we have a Berserker. This one was super clean. There's only like this little nick on the front, so let me know if you think this is going to get downgraded to a 9. And the back of this one as well was really nice. Corners look good, edges look good, centering look really good too. So that's all the Alt-Arts I'm sending, or will be sending. So there's a bit of waiting I'm doing. I'm waiting to see how my Giratina Golek sub goes. I'm also waiting to get some of the Charizards, the 262 and 260, which are in the UPCs, waiting for a few more of those to arrive. So next up, we actually have cards that I've pulled myself that I just haven't bothered sending, and it's pretty crazy because some of these have gone up a heap in value just by me not even sending them to get graded, and just the raw copies have gone crazy. So the Crown Zenith Raikou, the Glaceon from Crown Zenith, and the Giratina from Crown Zenith. All these cards I pulled myself. I was having a conversation, if you know Lunch, the other day, and he's got 2 of these in a PSA 10, and just by him not sending them, I think they doubled in price. So just crazy the value that these have gone up in. Definitely going to be keeping the Giratina once I grade that. I really like the Gold Giratina from Crown Zenith, so I'm going to be keeping that one. These I potentially will keep. I do have a Leafeon in PSA 10, so that would be good to go up to Glaceon. And I have thought about keeping the dogs, not sure yet, but I've also got these ones. Not sure if I'll send them until it's much cheaper to send. I pulled this one. This is from 2019. I think this one is Cosmic Eclipse, the Underground Expedition. I'd have to double check. Serena, I think, is from Silver Tempest. And then I'm pretty sure this one was given to me, this Glaceon, by someone. Probably wouldn't bother grading it until it gets cheaper to add it to the PC. But yeah, I would definitely be keeping the Underground Expedition. I really like the holo, and you'll probably be able to see that on the video. So then there's that. So then over here I've got a bunch more cards again. So these are like that sort of mid-tier as well, mid-tier of cards that have been picking up. And not all these cards have been picked up in 2025. A lot of this stuff is kind of stuff that's on the back of 2024 that I'm still holding on to. So Bulbasaur promo, Not a very expensive card in the PSA 10, but I thought it'd be pretty cool to try to grade one. This copy was pretty good. I think all the corners were good. This, I actually picked this up off Adam P Opens. I went through like, he had a stack of probably like 50 to 100, and I picked out like 2 or 3 that I thought were good enough to grade. So that's how, for me, like as someone who grades cards, I want to make sure that I'm like not wasting my time, so to speak, on cards. The Magneton. This one, I'm really keen to grade one of these to keep. I really like the art by Shinji Kanda, who also does the Giratina and the Magikarp. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Happy with that. These ones actually were picked up, I think, this side of 2025. So the Palkia, I picked up the Gardevoir, the Calyrex, and I think the Alga, all picked those up from the same person this year. So again, Crown Zenith artwork, really cool. The Gardevoir, this is like insanely cool art. Another card that's gone up in value in a PSA 10 quite considerably. I think when I sold my copies, they were $190. I think I sold them for, and then like within 2 or 3 months, they're sitting up around over $250. So yeah, pretty insane increase. Got a Calyrex here that I picked up. And then the Alga V-Star. So that, do I have another gold? No, I don't. I've only got the Giratina. Then a Charizard. I just realized before when I was getting all these cards out, I actually have another Charizard in this pile. So it should probably be in that pile because it's a little bit more expensive. But love to see that I can still find these in 2025 after celebrations having come out so long ago. The only issue I thought this one had was it was just a little bit OC. Well, not even off center, just left to right was a little bit thin. But otherwise it was a really clean copy. So hopefully we can grade another PSA 10 Charizard. I've got a Pikachu from Crown Zenith. I graded these like all day when the set came out, and I think I used to pay somewhere in the range of, I don't know, I think I got to as low as paying like $10 or $15 for these, and I think this one I had to pay $30 for. So you can just see the changes in the market right now. This Umbreon, another crazy example right now. I've got a PSA 10 copy that I've got listed online. All the sales data coming out of the US is over $400 AUD. So this card I would have picked up for $30. Like I've been picking this card up all day from $20 to $30 since I started collecting celebrations. I also have one of these as a black label, so I'm not sure what the black label would be going for right now, but the PSA 10s have increased in value like threefold, so crazy to see, and I'll definitely be sending that at some point. The Archelodon, I just really like the artwork of this one. I'd actually potentially keep it. I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to artwork. The artwork just looks kind of funny and quirky. I think it's pretty cool. Then the Dusclops, the Duskull, and I was trying to find a Dusknoir, but I just haven't been able to find a clean enough copy. I wanted to get the line of the 3 cards. This is James Turner artwork. I really like the artwork of these 2. And if I had the 3rd one, I'd probably eventually try to send them all at once and try to get a PSA 10 set, which would be cool. Then I got a Sudowoodo. Can't remember where I picked that up from, but that was a pretty recent pickup. The Charmander EB Games promo. So I haven't picked up many of these since last year when they were released, but they've gone crazy both here and overseas, both in the raw copy and PSA 10. So I'll eventually send that copy. It was a pretty good one. I've got these Tropical Winds that I bought in 2024. I'll definitely send those off at some stage. When I do my vintage submission is what I'm calling it. When I send my base set, my childhood cards, my jungle fossil stuff, got a few friends who are interested in sending some older stuff as well. So at that point in time, I'll probably send these. No, they're not going to get 10s or anything, but they are going to be pretty cool to keep. I really like Welts cards. I think both of them are a bit OC. I'd say they'll probably be somewhere in the PSA 6 range, maybe PSA 7 if I'm lucky. They didn't seem too played with. There are just some minor issues on the back and front, but I hope PSA 7. PSA 7 would be nice. That would be cool. And then lastly, I just have a Sylveon and a Leafeon. I've graded one of these if you've watched my videos recently. I got a PSA 10 on this copy, and then on the normal copy, not the reverse holo, I did get the reverse holo pattern there across the bottom of the card. I did get the PSA 10 in that. But so this one I want to send, and I did just get some stuff off Watto this week. So some bulk, as you might call it. Well, when this video goes live, it'll be like 2 weeks ago, but I've got some bulk off Watto, and I'm going to get him hopefully a Totodile in PSA 10 just for sending me all the stuff he's been sending me. So thank you, Watto. And this is where we get into the heat. So this is where I'd say the most expensive stuff is, and stuff that has just gone up in value just by the fact of me holding on to it. So not the Iron Bowler, but the rest will be. So Iron Bowler, I picked that up recently. I currently have all the Temporal Forces alt arts or SIRs in PSA 10, except for Boulder self-graded. So I just need to grade this one. There is one little issue with it, so I'd love to hear your feedback. Do you think it's going to PSA 10? Now, if you can see above my finger, when I shine it in the right place, you can see that. Hopefully you can see that right now. Would love your feedback. Do you think that will downgrade that from a 10? And you're seeing I'm spilling all the plays off screen. Whoops. Then we have a Roaring Moon. Beautiful card. Would love to keep one of these, I think. Very cool card. And there's that second Charizard I was talking about. That was end of last year, this year pick up. This one I think was the cleaner copy of this one. A little bit OC on the back as well, but hopefully a 10. I absolutely love this Ghastly. This is really cool artwork. This is also from Temporal Forces. Temporal Forces, man, people do not talk about Temporal Forces enough. It is a great set, and this is a great card. They have some great cards in that set, and I don't know why people do not bang on about it more. Anyway, I love Temporal Forces. I hope you know that now. We have another Giratina. So this one I actually purchased from someone, unlike the other one, which I pulled myself. So the Giratina. Just going to swap the camera around. So that's yeah, that's somewhere in the $500 range in a PSA 10 now. So they've gone crazy in price. Groudon. This is the funniest card. I picked this card up for $30 at release. $30 Australian. So you'd probably be saying that's like 15 USD for anyone watching overseas. $15 for this card on release, and I think I purchased this one for probably 80. I've bought and sold a few copies in PSA 10, bought them raw, graded them. So it's good to have another one back in hand because they don't seem to be popping up that often at the moment. We have the Rayquaza VMAX, another awesome card. This one I picked up last year, graded a 10, and I sold it around 160 to 170 AUD. They're currently going for 280 plus, so this is another crazy card. I really want to keep this one. I think it's a really awesome trainer gallery card, one that was underrated, I guess, until recently when the market went crazy. Then the Bubble Mew. So I think cards like Bubble Mew, Moonbryon, those sort of cards that get a name and get like a name in, I guess I would say almost like TCG pop culture sort of thing. Those are the sort of cards that I think hold the best value over time. I think they're the ones that are remembered by a lot of people. They have like a catchphrase, they have a name. I think Bubble Mew will probably be one of the better cards from the SV era, one of the more expensive cards. I'm really hoping that both my copies 10 because I do want to keep one in my collection. I really like the Mew artwork. It's really cool, really quirky. You can see it's got all the other Pokemon, Rattata, Diglett, Bellsprout, what else? Poliwhirl and Oddish in there, so they're all really cool. Then we have arguably, if you're biased like myself, one of the best Sword and Shield alt arts, which is the Dragonite. I did recently get back a copy of this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm actually, if you have watched the video, I'll link it in the description. One of my PSA returns videos, I gave that to my partner Sam to keep because she's a big fan of this Dragonite artwork. Then I've just got a bunch to finish off this pile, a bunch of alt arts from Sword and Shield that I picked up during last year. None of them are super expensive. Maybe the Mew, as I go across and say, none of them are super expensive. The Mew, Celebi, but none of these are really expensive alt arts. They're just ones I picked up during last year, and eventually I'll get around to grading them. So that pile of cards there is actually like a really expensive stack of cards. So between all these ones, I got to mix these in and create a submission. Definitely first thing I'll be sending is these ones. I'll be sending these once I get a few more Charizards there, the UPC promos. And I'm probably going to pick up another Berserker just because of that little mark I showed you at the start of the video. Probably get another Arceus, but I'm pretty keen just on the Leafeon and the Espeon and the Articuno as being 10s. I think those have a really high shot of 10s at the moment. And maybe the offset Espeon, that might be a 9. But for the other ones, I'll probably grab more copies. The other thing I'll mention is that I have a bunch of other stuff at the back. If you're still watching this late into the video, another bunch of now obviously I've got all these semi-rigids here, but when you buy from Palms Off Gaming, I'm an affiliate, so you can use 10% off. It's going to be in the description of the video. They send you a semi-rigids if you buy a 200 pack inside one of these cases. It's a grading holder. Now, I've actually got in here a whole heap of cards that I haven't sent yet. I'm just using this stuff to hold it in there. I've got the little absorption pouch. But in here is basically just like a bunch of other cards that I haven't sent. We've just got some cheapies in there. There's another Bulbasaur, some Pikachus. It's stuff like this. So I've got more promos in there. I've got the Sylveon that I'm going to send. So just a bunch of different things. There's some other bits and pieces. Here's a Charizard from the UPCs that I haven't graded. They probably weren't 10, so I've just got them in there at the moment. Sorry, I'm just going to pull that back. Got a Blastoise from Celebration sitting in there. Just random bits and pieces that I haven't sent. But actually, if you do want to pick anything up, I really recommend these for holding your cards in when you're not seeing them for grading. Here's a nice little dragon I picked up from Mint Collectibles. Shout out to those guys. Actually, really clean copy. Going to grade that for the PC because I do like Dragonite. There's some EB Games promos. There's some more Totodiles, Tyranitar. Just lots of bunch of stuff you probably won't see on screen. What else is in here? Some off-cut stuff. Some stuff from Diamond and Pearl era. My base set stuff should be in here at the back. There's some Celebration stuff that I've got to send in here too. There's bits and pieces. Anyway. Hope you enjoyed the video. I would definitely recommend getting semi-rigids from Palms Off. They are one of the best. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about grading, any questions about the market boom, leave me a comment down below. It's Brodieplays on YouTube and Brodieplays Pokemon on Instagram, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye.